welcome back to Medicine Tarot. This is going to be your June 2020 reading for Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Leo. Thank you guys. Just getting adjusted here. I am obviously a tarot reader, but I am also a transformational coach. What that means, it's just a new agey way of saying I help people overcome long-standing symptoms related to trauma, related to self-love deficiency. These are symptoms that are showing up as depression, anxiety, PTSD, feelings of stuckness, feelings of pain. Okay? If you need any more information, my link is below. You can check out some stuff on my website. We're gonna get started. Okay. I love to see the Four of Coins in reverse at the beginning of a reading. You're in a period of releasing. What are you releasing? This Tower moment that occurred recently, right? A time of complete disruption for you. And even if this disruption was necessary, it left you with a feeling of dullness, unsatisfaction, a feeling of pain. And now they're saying this is being released now. In your relationship, there is, I say relationship because I have the Two of Cups in reverse here, right? In reverse, meaning there could have been a breakup, there could have been some kind of dissolving of the union, and the judgment now has been placed to get back into the energy of equal give and take, the energy of renewal, of generosity in this potentially relationship. Could have been romantic, but also work, you guys. This is possible too. Although when I see the Tower and then the Six of Coins and then the Two of Cups, I'm thinking it's relationship. My boyfriend watched this, the Leo reading for May, and he said, you said it about, he was like, you did the reading on me. You were talking about me. And I'm like, yeah, because you're a Leo. Get it? I can't say what I don't see. Okay? All right. So exactly. The sun cannot shine on the reset of believing, of having faith, of having trust, of healing within this relationship. The sun cannot shine on this unless we come to a judgment here that both parties need to give equally. So that's the major message. And if you guys are still dealing with some kind of imbalance in a romantic relationship especially, let's take a beat here and think about it, okay? As awful as this injustice was, there is a call here to create enough judgments in our minds about the other person that are not dissonant to the belief that we both need to give. And if I don't look into myself and I say, hey, where did I stop giving in the positive way? This cannot be resolved, right? So judgment is a major arcana. It's a major movement, a major energy that comes in. And what is judgment? Quite simply, a final verdict on what we need to do, what vibe we need to get into, right? In order for the sun to shine on the healing. So I think you get it. They're saying we're understanding now how we cannot continue to give this form of deception into the relationship, right? Because the relationship will dissolve. I swear if my boyfriend watches this, he's going to say that I did it on purpose, but I'm not. If any of you read cards, you would agree with me. Okay? So the Knight of Cups in reversing, no, I cannot continue to give this deception. And so what is deception in this case? I just want to say that's for you to decide, right? What would be deceptive? We say that it's one thing, but it's actually another, right? And I'll leave it there. We think that we're doing one thing, but we're actually doing another. And there is this rest, understanding for, we need to back up, right? There needs to be an understanding, a meditation even on our what we're giving out, so that we do not give what creates dissolution. Right, and there you are. You're steadily getting on your way here with the Knight of Pentacles, and then quite much quicker, okay, into a period of joy and a period of celebration. You're seeing, let's see here. Interesting. I feel like a lot of you are coming to this judgment, this conclusion, and then realizing like so many thoughts are coming to me. In this resolution, like my satisfaction doesn't lie outside of the bounds of my own emotions. Okay, let me explain. It's kind of a big tipping point for you guys. When we think that satisfaction is always outside of what we're experiencing, we take away our ability to create change, our ability to create our lives, right? So this kind of dependency on moving away and starting over and running away, right? There's this kind of and this could even be your partner, maybe, like where you're coming into the understanding of what joy is about. And someone's definitely standing in their truth and standing in the power of what to do and what place to come from. Very positive. Okay, more. Thank you. Good. I like this. Patience, they say, with this woman holding her heart. So if you are a woman, have patience with yourself, right? Have patience with your expectation of the other person, expectation of yourself. The patience is also equilibrium. Patience is taking your foot off the gas and giving life a chance to occur and to realign itself. So, patience, okay? There's this really beautiful kind of message here of deeper growth within self. Again, this deception is coming up, okay? The indecision that is occurring or was occurring was an indecision of, am I going down the route where things are deceptive to me, like things are going to come back and betray me? Or am I going towards the door of value, right? Not just financially, but potentially. What's in my two baskets? Am I even clearly seeing what my partner is offering, what I'm offering, like what's going on? And so I feel like this inability to properly gauge what is occurring has a lot to do with this indecision. And yet, the indecision itself, they're saying the indecision is being caused more by the instability rather than the content, right? The content, if you really truly look at it, isn't unstable, isn't deceitful or not worthy or whatever. It's not the content. It is the sort of position of the people involved being inside of instability within themselves and then putting it into the relationship. Because what if we don't know what we want, we lose strength. And when we do know what we want, right? This is the thing. A lot of us think we know what we want, but then we act opposite. Yeah? I just let that kind of marinate in your consciousness. Like, how are my actions and words aligning with me creating the effect I wish? Are my words creating the effect that I am wishing for? Because if they're not, then how can they? And so there's this level of unrecognition of this path, right? Internal wisdom not aligning with the recognition. If my actions and words are not in align with what my wishes are, then how is it going to happen? Yeah? So this instability, yeah, is being released. That's the whole point here. Because we're aligning ourselves and with the, it's different. I feel like you understand me completely, okay? Right. The devil comes out to highlight that the blockage is represented not by necessarily what is happening, although what is happening, the tower, all of that stuff was heavy, it was dark, it felt scary, it created distress. But it's saying it's more to do with expectation. Yeah? It's more to do with somebody else's expectation or inability to see that others expect things from you as well, and we all have to kind of reach these expectations with each other. Do you know what I mean? It just feels like someone didn't get their way and got upset. And so what is the dance there, right? What is the restabilization of that kind of, but I wish, but I want, but I don't have, but is it coming, but why? And I feel like questions to prompt. The questions you're asking yourself are prompting, they're prompting an answer of, well, you're not going to get what you want. Do you know what I mean? Like your attitude, your outlook is, I have 3 cups, but I want 4. Okay? So, and then I'm coming to you and I'm saying, well, if you want 4 cups, then you actually have to like get the 4th cup. Or you have to work with the other person to get the 4th cup. Rather than get upset that it's not there. You know what you get what I'm saying. So again, this instability within self is prompted by expectations not being met and having reactions to that. It's prompted by your words not aligning to the wish of what you want to see happen in this relationship, your words and actions, and the feelings of, I kind of want to say some a little victim-y, right? That come up with the devil. I mean, listen, I don't think you're walking around acting like a victim. I'm saying there is a slew of emotions that follow this kind of looking in the direction of lack. What am I not getting versus looking in the direction of how can I create? And as we said, all of that is being released. So good for you. Here we are. We're starting on this new vision of another horizon, yeah, a different horizon. And you're very supported in this. The answer is yes. Okay, so if you guys you want all of this, you hear this, you're like, this is lovely. I hope it happens. It is happening, yeah. Remember patience. So there's realizations here about this relationship that are really coming to you throughout the month of June. And here you are representing the King of Wands. So yeah, I feel like you're very much in control. Yeah, look at this, right? Of this new beginning and this kind of new energy in the relationship. We have realizations of the King of Fire with two new beginnings in spirit and in material form. So in thought and in action. It's really positive, you guys. Yeah. Okay. The confusion around the betrayal is not really aligning with what your heart's desire is, and you're really turning away from negative emotions that would block this partnership, and you're going towards yes. There may still be worry around it, but that's okay. I don't think, of course, it's natural, you know. I talk to my people and everyone's like, how do I stop worrying, right? I mean, same. I get it. It's a human condition. The mind tries to figure out, and it's a beautiful thing, but writing things down really helps alleviate the incessant need for solution, because something gets signaled in your brain when you write things down, where it has more of a manifestation in the 3D, and that gives us peace. Okay, here's a little trick. Okay, what else for Leo? Okay, in terms of your creativity, so here, let me explain this. Let me get one more. Okay. Ooh. Sure. Okay. In terms of your place in community, or your place in the workplace, your place within some kind of group of people, okay? It's changing. The way it's changing is that all these shifts that you're going through are allowing you to really, again, release. You're doing two heavy duty actions in June, and that's release. Right. So there is this sorry. Okay, I talk now. The energy of the expectation, or the false expectation. It may even be an expectation that gives you anxiety, because you feel like if you don't see it to fruition, that it somehow signals something really bad about to happen or continue to happen, right? Rather than staying easy and fluid and flow and say, oh, well, that's my expectation, but it doesn't mean that another thing occurring wouldn't create an even better result. So it's that flow, that patience and fluidity. Anyway, they're saying you're coming out of the hidden aspects of these expectations that may even cause anxiety for you. Again, it could be in work too. And there's a clear dropping of a weight within your structure of thinking around endings. And when I say endings, I mean, it feels like the energy that it bobs up, you know, like if you suppress a cork underwater and then it bobs back up. Feels like that energy that has to bob back up, okay, after a period of heaviness. And so I love this. The Queen of Swords is centered between the Devil and the Ten of Swords, which is the heaviness of an ending, the heaviness of feeling like, oh my God, this is going to end in destruction. It's going to end in all the things that I fear. And there's this clarity that cuts through that with the dropping of the weight of expectation. Changing expectation, releasing control over expectation. That's kind of the heavy vibe here in June. And when I say heavy, I mean light. It's heavy, but it creates lightness, okay? Yeah. This is the thing. The reason why you hold on to things really tight, the reason why this is sprung up for you to begin with, is not because you don't know what you're doing. No. It's come up because there were situations where you felt unsafe. Okay? You felt unsafe. Okay? Emotionally, financially, whatever it may be. Quarantine, COVID, everything is altered, and those feelings are really coming to the surface. So I'm just going to do an umbrella term here and say you felt unsafe. So you may have felt unsafe in that relationship, or, you know, in the workplace, in the world. Certainly most of us have. And so what you're realizing is that you must now offer an end to the feelings of unsafety. The unsafety was the one that triggered the expectation, because your body, your system is saying, all right, I'm going to go along with this if you prove to me, or this situation proves to me that this is okay, that I am taken care of. And then the other person doesn't, or the situation doesn't prove it to you, and you go into, you know, triggers, which is completely natural. You're completely normal, but you're realizing that in order to shift on this axis of life, you must release feelings of unsafety and understand that other people are also doing things to continue their safe zones. And so emotionally, you're like, I'm not going to do that to myself anymore, because I'm now seeing it's creating more unsafety afterwards. Right? Yeah. The dropping of these illusions and these this fog, this heaviness around the tower moment that occurred for you in May. And I say May because it's still May, okay? For those of you who don't know what tower is, it is a complete destruction of the status quo. It can feel like somebody sideswept you, and you don't know why initially. And then we realize that, thank God, all towers lead to the reconstruction with a more powerful understanding, more powerful insight and knowledge of what is going to be supportive of us. Okay, so they don't feel good, but they create really good stuff. Okay, let's keep going. Ding dong. Fun. The festival creates an energetic blueprint for a fantastic party or event, right? So with that kind of lessening of feelings of unsafety, you venture out amongst people, amongst community, and they're saying, go have fun, you know, be safe, but like go around people, because we underestimate the healing powers too of community and of just having people around us, quite frankly. Love, charm, attract a lover, soulmate, or life partner. Love is on fire, community is on fire, and you are on fire, because you are the fire queen and king. The elements of fire, air, and earth and water combine to create powerful protective boundaries, right? So whatever you've been worried about, darling, don't worry. Don't worry. You have so much going for you, and like, be aware of the human tendency to want to inflict blame and, you know, pain on ourselves. There's this, it's almost like, I don't know if somebody taught it to us, but when things go wrong, we go to self-blame. And it is not the place to change. It's not the place to instill opportunity for change, right? So self-blame is in many ways a self-defense mechanism too, because you're like, something bad happened, it must be my fault, because if it wasn't my fault, or if it wasn't totally the other person's fault, then, you know, then this just means my life is bad, and nobody wants to come to terms with that. Nobody wants that kind of fate on them, yeah? So we go, it's my fault, it's my fault, it's my fault. That is not true. It's not that it's your fault. It's that unsupportive mechanisms were occurring in your body. And so once we stabilize ourselves again, give ourselves a break, and create that space to say, this was unsupportive, this was unsupportive, this was unsupportive, we can shift in the energy of empowerment towards what will be supportive, not in the energy of victimhood or self-blame or self-criticism. You don't want that, you know? And so understand that mistakes are only there to course correct. And that's it. That's literally it. So there's beautiful, beautiful, enlightening energy coming towards you, and the universe is creating protection around the things that you need, protection around this path that you're getting on now, that you really want to see success in. Because again, it's these disappointments, right? Darn. I'm sorry. Again, this tower comes up. You know, you took it so hard. This disruption, this chaos, yeah? I see you. You really want to get on this path away from this. And yet there's still a little bit of fear of disappointment. And they're saying you are protected internally and externally. So really, yeah. They're saying don't worry, because you can't get to the place of dissatisfaction, or you can't go to a place of satisfaction if you are not able to end what is unsatisfactory, you know? Like you gotta burn yourself to know what's fire and hot, but like you have to weed out situations and things and habits and thought processes that aren't yielding results. Like you have to weed those out. So scratch down as a learning lesson, and allow that judgment to come in for you to say, on my path there is, you know, and my path doesn't have to be full of self-denial or denial of goodness for myself, right? Something like that. You got this. You got this. It's a deep healing too, my friends. Deep healing here around, it's a new level of self-awareness. And the best way to learn is to get really hurt, unfortunately. I know too well myself. So thank you. I hope this served you. I will talk to you in the future. Thanks.